wheel exposed. But that is not something that jumped out to me as a big concern.
Hey, what's up? Duff here. Long time no talk from the hobby room. I haven't been in the hobby room for a while. Hey, I'm sitting here and I wanted to talk about my decision. When did I do it? Was it Friday? I think it was Friday. To finally cancel my pre-order for the KingSong S20 or S22. And I just wanted to talk about the whole journey, the whole situation, and just let you guys know why I decided to do it. Definitely not saying that it's something that I advise for everybody, but for my situation, I feel pretty good about it. You know, I think it was the right decision for me. So anyways, to recap, the first day that I could order or pre-order an S20 from eWheels, I did it, which was back in August of 2021. I'll put the exact date here. I don't remember the exact date, like mid-August, I think it was. I was so excited about this wheel. It looked fantastic. The specs sounded great, and it was from KingSong, you know, a brand that I trust more or less. You know, I already had the KingSong S18, which I really was impressed by, and it seemed like the KingSong S20 was taking the S18 to the next level. You know, giving it a bigger battery, double the battery size, more aggressive suspension, some crazy cool looks. I was so excited for that wheel. Originally, when that wheel was ordered, we were told that the approximate time frame to get it hopefully would be by the end of 2021. Yes, those of you that have been waiting for theirs as long as me, you may recall that originally they were having a timeline of, maybe by the end of the year we'll start shipping wheels. So obviously that didn't happen for a multitude of reasons. You know, there's all sorts of supply chain issues. Supposedly back then, KingSong said that one of the things that was delaying the release of the production wheel was work on the BMS to support the 126 volt platform. I guess they said that they needed extra work to do that. So long story short, things just got pushed back. We started seeing some test wheels in China, and then they sent out test wheels to other areas of the world. And those wheels were tested hard, very hard. The EVs guys, they took a couple of the S20s on a cross-country circuit, and they were beat to hell. But for the most part, they performed well. You know, for the most part, all of the feedback that they were getting was good. But then, of course, the wheel made its rounds in New York City and wound up having probably the most famous PEV fire that we've ever seen. It had a spectacular fire. I don't know if that's the right adjective to use, but it was, it was crazy. It all of a sudden threw a monkey wrench into the S20 timeline. It set off a whole chain of events, and you know, there were definitely issues. There were definitely issues, and it's good that it happened in retrospect, so those issues could be addressed. But of course, another side effect of that is more delays. The wheel was delayed. And shortly after that fire happened, I mean, eWheels actually had a container of 40 of the S20s coming to their warehouse, which, as far as I know, they still have all 40 of those wheels. So anyways, I tried to be patient. I tried to be as patient as I could. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, you know, waiting for anything, of course. And it's, you know, I'm used to waiting. I'm used to waiting for wheels. You know, I've waited 3 months, 4 months, 5 months for wheels. I've never waited 11 months for a wheel, and I haven't gotten it yet. So anyways, everybody knows about all the delays, all the problems, all the issues. Now, like I said, I had my pre-order through eWheels, and eWheels has taken a different stance from all the other dealers in the world, basically. eWheels refused to sell the S20s with the LG 50 LT batteries, I believe, if I have my model number right. They didn't want to sell that. Instead, eWheels was insisting that for their shipment, that Samsung 40T batteries are used instead. So that decision, and the decision was based on the 40Ts having a much higher continuous output rating. They're higher performance cells. Unfortunately, the trade-off of those higher performance cells is less capacity. So instead of being a 2200 watt-hour wheel, you're going to have a wheel that has a watt-hour rating of sub 2000. I had heard it's 1700 something. Someone else told me it was 1900 something. I kind of think it might be more like 1700 something based on the other situations where 40Ts have been swapped in for like the 50E batteries or the Samsung batteries. So it's going to be much less range, although higher theoretical continuous discharge rate, which I guess for some people would be good. If you're an aggressive rider, if you're always riding at the bleeding edge, yeah, okay, that's great. But my reality, and I think the reality of the majority of EUC riders is, it's not that I don't need a battery pack with 40 T cells. I don't need a high performance battery pack. I would rather have more range. But with the eWheels order, that is not an option. Like the only wheel you can get is the one with the 40Ts. So because of this, because of that decision to only sell 40T batteries, the eWheels order has gotten delayed further. As of this week, people started taking deliveries of their KingSong S22s. People that ordered much later than I did. And to be quite honest, it frustrated me. It really frustrated me. You know, because of what I do, I kind of like to get wheels early in the cycle. And I thought that's what I was doing by putting down a deposit the first day possible. And instead, we have guys that that ordered much later, getting their wheels already. So that rubbed me the wrong way. Now I understand the situation. You know, I've talked to Jason, and there's all sorts of other things going on that is making doing business very difficult for eWheels and other electric unicycle dealers down the road, I'm sure. But the bottom line is, as a customer, I was frustrated by one of the first to put money down, and I'll probably be one of the last to get one. And well, at this point, I won't be getting one at all because I canceled my order. I canceled my order on Friday and told Jason to cancel my order. I just said that, right? So anyways, so the reasons that I'm doing it: frustration. You know, that it was basically the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, when I started seeing other people getting them, and the ETA on the shipment for eWheels, maybe August, maybe people will see those wheels in August, who knows. I had made a request to just send me one of those original 40 wheels. I would put the firmware update on it, just send it to me, I'd be fine. I don't care if it has Samsung 50 LT batteries in it. And that request didn't happen. At one point, eWheels was going to put the Samsung 40T batteries in those 40 wheels that they already had, and that was supposed to be something that happened in May potentially. That didn't happen either. So it gets, you know, from a customer perspective, it's frustrating. Usually, you know, I prefer situations where people under-promise and over-deliver, and that has definitely not been the case here, unfortunately. It's frustrating. Like I know someone that had their eWheels pre-order in. I think he was in the very early stages like me, and he was told that, you know, not going to get the wheel until August or whatever. He canceled his order, and he ordered from, I think if my dates are correct, he canceled his order with eWheels. He placed an order for an S22 through RevRides on the 21st of June, and he had it the 26th of June, 5 days later. So yeah, how do you like those apples? Frustrating. So anyways, so yeah, frustration with the situation, definitely a strong part of my decision. Another part of this is I have been talking to Ian from Speedy Feet. I reached out to him probably, I don't know, almost 2 weeks ago at this point. I said, Ian, I know that you're not selling the Ex20S on your site, but would you be able to broker getting one for me? Basically, he would place the order and it would just get shipped directly to me. And we are in the process of working that out. So my hope is I'm going to have a Begode Ex20S high torque coming my way sooner rather than later. That is the hope. So with having that wheel, I don't know that I would need an S22 anyways in that situation. And there are things about the S22 in general that are less than stellar. You know, the suspension system, the recurring feedback you get from people saying how the suspension is stiff, and if it gets dirty, which it is very apt to do with that design with the channels, it starts to bind up, and it requires regular maintenance to keep that clean, which isn't appealing to me. There's been some already with these wheels that have landed, there's been some QC issues that I've heard about, inconsistencies, like evidently, even though they all came together, certain wheels will have certain components or changes, certain wheels will not. That's a little weird. I heard some issues with the charging as well, that it wasn't charging to 100%, which was an issue with the pre-production wheels that I thought was supposedly fixed, but possibly it is not. And yeah, just in general, I don't know. I mean, the passage of time and all of the BS that you know, I've been dealing with, just trying to get the damn wheel, it really just sort of changed my feelings about it. I lost my excitement for it. And with the Master being out, with the Ex20S being available now, because my whole desire this entire time, and I've talked about it on multiple videos, my whole desire has been to have a wheel with Sherman-like capacity with suspension. That's what I want, and that's what I thought the S20 would be. Even though it didn't have as big of a battery as a Sherman, I thought it would, it would get me, 60 miles of range, so that would be close enough. But it's, it's not that. It is not that. The S20 is an interesting wheel. I know some people that have them that like them a lot, but I think for me, the Ex20S is actually going to be a better fit, So we shall see. So that's it in a nutshell, guys. Cancel the order. That's the first order I think I've ever canceled, I think. So yeah, and yeah, I'm not blaming e-wheels. It's like I said, there's all sorts of BS going on there that they are dealing with. The gist of what I got out of my conversation with Jason is the last thing I would want to be in my life is an electric unicycle dealer. I mean, there is so much just shit going on. There's so much liability, potential liability with fires, frivolous lawsuits over injuries. I mean, all kinds of crap going on. So I feel badly for them, but in this situation, I just had to do what was right with me. The other thing that did come into consideration, like I said, is with me buying the Ex20S, and then if I would buy the S22 as well, that's it's potentially $6,000 of electric unicycle purchases. Now I would sell my Sherman. If I get the Ex20S, I'll be selling my Sherman to help offset that. Maybe sell another device, but still, that's a huge chunk of change. And I have all sorts of expenses kind of closing in on me at the same time right now. I'm having all the windows in the house replaced. I'm going on a couple trips. I have to get the Tesla fixed from when I backed into a car. So I got a lot of things to spend money on right now. So in the big picture, it makes sense for me anyways to not be buying 2 electric unicycles right now anyways. That's it, guys. That's my story. It'll be interesting to follow other people that have gotten the wheels. Hopefully the problems are minor and few and far between. Maybe down the road I will get an S20. I don't know. I eventually got the Z10. I didn't get the Z10 when it came out, even though I was very, very excited about the Z10 when that was originally announced. So maybe down the road the S22 will be a better wheel and good enough that I would want to spend money on it again. And maybe I could get it within a couple weeks instead of almost a year. So. Yeah, I think this is going to probably be the last time that I jump on the pre-order bandwagon like this, because it's too long. It's too long. Too long to wait. It really is. So that's all I got, guys. That's all I got, guys. If you found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting your channel, please consider subscribing. I mean, how many videos did I do talking about the S20 and the S22? I mean, God, I was so excited about that wheel. Sigh. So anyways, guys, feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. If you're watching this video, maybe you want to become a subscriber. If you're going to subscribe, maybe you want to hit the notify bell, which is over there somewhere. You can hit that notify bell, be notified of all future videos, live streams, all that kind of stuff. My live streams are kind of spur of the moment, so it does help to have that notify bell clicked. And I'm going to be doing a review video for a new helmet I was sent from Ex20. It's really, it seems to be a really impressive product, so I'm kind of excited to review it, more so than the hoverboard. So yeah, that'll come sometime this weekend. So that's all I got, guys. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. Until next time, Duffman out. I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of that. Man, oh man. Diarrhea of the mouth. Whoops, oh shit. Did you guys know I had a glowy light here? Look at that, wow. Run off a battery pack, no less.